Hi, my name is Antonius and I'm the iconographer in this video. Today you will see me painting the Holy Face of Saint Athanasius, as was originally painted in Protato, Mountain Athos by a very famous and enigmatic master iconographer. We call him Emmanuel Panselinos. Recent studies have shown that his actual name was probably Ioannis Astrapas. So Protato is the cathedral, let's say the main church in Karies, in Mountain Athos, and Ioannis Astrapas has painted there probably by the end of the 13th century, something like that. That period, we call the Byzantine painting of that period paleologian painting, or Macedonian school of painting, that comes in contrast to the Cretan school of iconography that was developed later on in Crete, like 3 centuries after. And we have these beautiful, amazing, masterful icons from that period that they are the essence of the Byzantine painting. And we really have to study those if we want to explore Byzantine painting, no matter which is our style. So this is going to be a lesson for more advanced students here, just because this way of painting is not contained as much as the Cretan style of painting, where we have a more defined, let's say, process. And it's not only the shapes that are more defined and more clear in the Cretan school, but also the process is more defined here, and this produces a completely different atmosphere in the icons. Here in the Paleologian style, the style of painting is more naturalistic, I can say. It has more references to reality, the way the light falls on flesh or on the clothes, but it's also a more painterly, more free style of painting. These masters of iconography back then really understood great painting. They were masters of iconography. They understood, they knew how to translate reality and nature into the language of the Byzantine painting in a way that was really masterful and made sense. So this here is not something easy. If you want to try this study and study these works of the Paleologian style, the Paleologian period, you have to approach those in a more bold, let's say, bold mood, without any fear of failing, without fear of not knowing what we do, because in the most part we will feel that really we don't know what we do. It requires a lot of experience if you want to paint this correctly. But even if you are new into this journey of iconography, I would strongly advise you to try a study on these icons of the Paleologian era, just because they are so hard to study, and you will for sure learn so many things, even if it doesn't work out as easily. When we we study an icon of the Cretan school, it's easy to copy, it's easy to, to study, it's easy, we can see where, the lights begin, where they end, each brush stroke of the highlights. They are all very clear and very defined, very, orderly, let's say. Here in the Paleologian style, in order to achieve this divine atmosphere, the painters are more free. They are not. They understand better the painting process, and they give us these amazing results. When we see icons like this, they take our breath away. So let me talk a little bit about what I'm doing here. So now I have painted, I've transferred my drawing on my gesso, and as you saw earlier, something different than I did something different than I normally do. I didn't paint the proplasmos of the face everywhere on the flesh area of the face, but I just painted the darker brownish proplasmos just on the areas where I knew that the shadows would fall. I left the areas below the lights without painting the proplasmos. In this way, the light will shine through more easily. It will be more, more bright by the end of it. The darker proplasmos underneath can dull things down a little bit, and I wanted to see if there will be any difference when doing this. Of course, let me just say that those frescoes in the Protato church, of course, are murals, are painted in the fresco style, and they were much above the floor of the church. They were far away from the viewer's eyes. So the approach of Astrapas was different and much more bold and more, in a way, of course, that makes sense and creates these beautiful effects. So here I'm working with egg tempera, and I want to see where this process can bring me and what I can learn. As I say, approach this with some courage, with bold, and nice mood, and see what this will teach you. So after painting the proplasmos partially in the areas where I know that they will be in shadow, then I'm doing the grapsimata, the facial features, with slightly darker than the flesh proplasmos color, and then I'm on a process of doing this blending between the first light and the proplasmos. I'm painting the first light, and then I'm creating in between tones on my palette, and I want to give these transitions. Here I spend a lot of time, and I am while doing these transitions, I don't really worry about if my brush strokes seem orderly. I want them to be painterly, to be free, and I feel free to go back and forth according to what I need to paint. Hi, I'm Antonis, and I'm proud to present you my online course in iconography, Paint an Icon with Me. This course will help you become a better iconographer, and it will help you be more confident when talking and presenting your artwork. It will make you understand in depth the studio practices of a professional iconographer like me, and you will get accustomed to what great iconography looks like. So learn in a simple and organized way everything you need about the materials, mediums, and techniques in order to make a beautiful icon. Paint with me the icon of Christ and learn how to paint better any icon you wish. I will see you at the studio. I would say that the Cretan style is more unforgiving in the process. It's more strict, let's say, in its process. If we make a mistake, it's very hard to correct the mistake without any impact on the actual painting, because the Cretan iconographers are almost like Japanese painters. They value decoration, they value the material itself. Here we want it's a more forgiving style of painting. If we make some mistake, we can definitely correct it. It doesn't really matter because brush strokes are visible everywhere, and this creates this warmth and this humanity in these icons, that they are so beautiful. Here we are more interested in, translating the natural world into the language of the Byzantine painting, and we are less interested for the material itself and the decoration of the brush stroke. See here that the highlights that I've painted as psimithies, let's say, these highlights are they have a purpose. They function to reveal us the volume of the face, to reveal the three-dimensionality, let's say, of the face. In the Cretan school of iconography, you know that the psimithies function as decorations. They are perfect. You see the psimithies and you enjoy them for what they are. Of course, they function to highlight the face if they are great, but the Cretan iconographers are interested in creating these psimithies that they are beautiful by themselves. So these are concepts that you really have to understand if you want to go deeper into iconography painting. And I have to say that this style of painting is something that I am not. I wasn't originally trained in this style, but to me it's very refreshing, very satisfying to paint, because it is so forgiving in comparison to the Cretan style, and because it has this it's more humane than the completely spiritual atmosphere than that the Cretan icons have. Of course, if I have to be sincere, some icons that are very strict, very dark, or they have no response to the natural world at all, they are simply amazing, insurmountable, let's say. So here I'm painting these psimithies, and at the same time I can go back and forth and create in between transparent colors to blend what I've painted. It's another interesting thing that I advise more the advanced students is to really see what they are painting. I can't ask this from a beginner iconographer who is just a beginner iconographer will just copy what he or she sees, and this is an important step for the learning process. Here, as we advance, it's important to really understand what we paint, to see if these shapes of light correspond to the anatomy, to revealing the volume of what we paint. At the same time, if we create visually warm and interesting shapes and lines, and if this all makes sense. So it's really important to just step back and see what you are painting and see if this works. And sometimes we get mesmerized and we can't even see and understand what we're doing. It's also interesting to ask somebody that you trust, a teacher maybe that you trust, to help you and correct what you do. A teacher can save us so much time, and if the teacher understands and is a good pedagogical, it has good pedagogical basis, then a teacher can be really valuable. So here you see that I've brought this face to some level that I like, and it feels similar to my reference photo. Although you can see the brushstrokes, they at the end they seem unified on the face, and they work and they make sense. And I have to say that this style reminded me a lot of Fotis Kondoglou, an iconographer of a modern, let's say, the iconographer who brought iconography back into fashion, let's say, almost a century ago, and his icons were, I'm amazed by him, not only because, of course, he taught iconography, a lost art for some generations. He brought it back, but also because his icons didn't pretend to be something else. He really understood in depth what iconography's purpose is about, and his icons are very warm, very spiritual. They don't serve, to empower the church or to exhibit wealth and things like that, but they serve, he understood the purpose of the icons to help the viewer pray, and their spiritual character, and not a character where it shows wealth and power, and it's the icons painted to impress. So anyway, it's good to study his work and see how his icons are not at all these perfect, shiny, saturated, beautiful icons, but they are much more than that. So here I've painted this proplasmos for the hair and the beard of Saint Athanasius. It's an off-white color. It's slightly pinkish. You can't maybe actually tell, but it's actually slight pinkish, this proplasmos. And then on top of this proplasmos, I'm placing now this first light, these shapes of light. This first layer of light is not completely white, because I want later on, as you'll see, to paint a second layer of pure titanium white. Here it's important again to understand the purpose of these lights, and let me tell you, as you know, during this period I have some health issues. I'm doing some chemotherapy, so this way of painting that doesn't require the precision, the exact precision of the Cretan school, is truly helpful for me now. I have some issues with the nerves on my hands from the therapy, and I find this way of painting to be very suitable for shaky hands and etc. It's really nice, and I'm so thankful that we have so many different styles in iconography, and all of them have produced throughout history, have produced masterpieces of icons. So I'm really thankful. The road to great painting is not just one. We have many roads. It's important though, our work to be sincere, to be somewhat original, and so this is the almost finished painting. It was really nice and satisfying for me to work this, really satisfying, and somehow I was transferred to Mountain Athos and the Protato Church as in that period of the Paleologian Renaissance. Anyway, be healthy, be creative, and Thank you so much. I will see you soon with another video. Bye.